Hey everybody, this is Jackie from Jack Gets Lost in a Book Hole, and I thought I would update you on what I've been reading this week. I already did my January wrap up because I was hoping to go to Virginia to see my sister, but I have to work on February 2nd, so that's one of the days my mom and possibly my dad are going to be in Virginia. But then again, my dad might stay because he knows I have to work. And sometimes my parents, we have people that we can ask to give me rides. I don't drive, and taxi both ways, including both ways, costs 15. So it's not 15 there and 15. It's not 15 altogether. It's 15 there and 15 coming back. And it's not like it's 2 minute, like a 2 minute drive. It's right around the corner where I work, which is why we chose for me to work there. Why I chose to apply there, because it's not very far. It's not in walking distance. I could, but I would still be walking on a busy highway. But it's not that far away, and it's lame that it costs like $15 both ways. All together, if it was 15, then maybe my parents would be more open about me calling a taxi. But I'm actually kind of grateful because I have this weird thing about making like calls like that. I always feel like I'm not gonna be clear, that I'm not gonna be like enunciate everything. They're not gonna understand me, or that I'm gonna not give them the right information, or I'm gonna not understand or hear them. And then I have to figure out how much. And I was never good at figuring out money. And it's easier for me to just give a little bit more money than in the actual amount. So I'm actually kind of relieved that I don't have to. So there are people we could ask to take me, but sometimes my parents don't like asking them because I feel like it's a little inconvenient and unfair to them. We have to ask our friends. So sometimes my dad ends up staying while my mom gets to go and see my nephews and spend time with my sister and everything. Of course, my dad teasingly said, my nephews were her babies, they're her grandsons, and if you have kids, or if your sibling has kids, then, I'm sure you will have seen this, that if your parents are still in your lives, and then grandparents, I'm sure you can understand the grandparents, or if those of you who are watching me are grandparents themselves, I'm sure you definitely get the idea of like how you love your grandchildren even more than you love your own kids, or at least that's what I've been told. And I do see it, how much my parents love Harrison and Daniel, my nephews. So anyway, if I did just make a review of finishing up Blue Lily Lily Blue, which is the third book in the Raven cycle, which I think it is my favorite out of the series. I don't know, but I think it is. I'm not 100% sure about that though. But it's almost over. It's almost over, which is kind of sad because there's only one more book left. But I really enjoyed this. So much had happened in this book. So, I do feel like the one criticism I have is that as much as I love the whimsical writing style, sometimes I do get lost in it and I do get confused a little bit. But that could just be me, picking like a wrong, like like a book like this I probably can't read when I'm tired because my brain's all fuzzy and I'm lazy. Not that this is as complicated as, like, let's say, Lord of the Rings, but still, the writing style is, very flowery and whimsical, and sometimes it's very descriptive, and you have to really think about what you're reading. And like I said, it's not like Lord of the Rings writing, but still, I feel like it's still a little bit more complicated than like contemporary something. Although I'm not saying contemporary is not complex, it's just sometimes I feel like that writing style is. And I gave that one 5 stars on Goodreads. And now I am currently reading. There are 3 books I'm currently reading right now that I have not finished. And that is, like I said, as I've said in previous videos, I am still making slow progress of Queen of Shadows. I read a little bit last night, and I think I might read a little bit more. I might read a little bit more tonight, but what I like is, again, another, like, why, well, actually, I think this series is a new adult, or why, I don't know if it's why I'm a new adult or not, but, the chapters can sometimes be really short, like, chapter 37 is like a half a page, so it's quicker to get through, and maybe it's because of the plot, and there's a rhythm to this kind of plot. It's like a very action-intense plot. I mean, although, it's not a huge amount of action, but still, um, with series that have these kind of plots, they progress pretty quickly, and I think authors make their chapters short for that reason. So I'm reading this one. I'm on chapter, if you could see, I'm on chapter 38. Look at my bookmark. I really like these magnet bookmarks because then they don't have the tassels where you're worried about the tassels falling out. Because lately I've noticed that all, like, my bookmarks with tassels on them tend to fall off. And you're not worried about it losing it because it's too small, and they, like, the only problem is you can't put too many pages in it, like, to separate. Like, I can't do, I mean, this is enough, I guess, but, like, I can't do, like, 50 pages within it. I also have smaller ones, too, from when we went to Greece that one time. I had 2 small ones. And then my friend got me for Christmas last year, she got me Harry Potter ones. Like, which are a little smaller, which are smaller than these. They're like little clips. And then I'm also, I am reading this one, but I haven't gotten back to it yet. This is a collection of short stories. This, Kelly Link, she writes a lot of magical realism. And one time, my sister, when she was asking me what I wanted for Christmas, I think, they were visiting us when we were living in our old house in Maryland. And I remember her bringing up this author, Kelly Link, and reading the description of what each of her stories are about. And it definitely sounded interesting. It's just been but it's just, I've finally just recently started reading them. So, I'm in the middle of, I want to say the third story, I think. Let me look. There's an index of the stories, or not an index, but whatever the beginning thing is that tells you what, where is it? Yeah, I'm on the third story, Secret Identity, which is, okay, so the first one, Summer People, was about this girl and these people that come to, she lives at one of those places where people come visit for the summer, and she's talking about the latest people that live in this one particular house. I don't remember. I need to reread the first 2 stories. And then I Can See Right Through You. I was a little confused about that one. I didn't know if the guy was actually a vampire, or I think actually what it was is he was a guy who played a vampire in a series of movies, and he has this on and off again girlfriend that he has, and it's about their love story and how they are always in and out of each other's lives, even if they're not dating, and how there's rumors about them. They're like that whole theory about how sometimes people only date because they're in a movie together and they're a couple in the movie. And it's, I can see why, especially now, because there's a lot of people that play couples in movies that audiences will say they have chemistry and will actually ship them as a couple in real life, even though chemistry isn't just about romance. It's about, chemistry can be found between 2 people that are, like, just friends. And, I think that's one of the reasons why some people hate the whole trope about best friends falling in love kind of thing, because it's like, what, a girl and a guy can't be friends? Now, I like it, that kind of trope, but that's because my parents, that's how they fell in love, that they were friends first. Like, they were part of the same circle of friends, because they went on a school on a military base. So everybody, it was a small place. There wasn't a lot, and they went in the Philippines. So there wasn't a lot of space. But anyway, but yeah, so it's about so it's about that, and like the woman is, I think she's like making a film and she wants the guy to be part of it, to star in or something. Because they're good friends and all that. And then that I kind of remember a little bit better than the first one, The Summer People. And currently I'm reading, like I said, I'm reading the third story, Secret Identity, which is about this girl who was pretending to be her sister while exchanging emails with this older man. And then they were gonna go meet, but then she chickens out. And so the story is basically about her imagining what she would say to him, and if she's going to write letters to him to explain what happened and tell him the whole truth, that she's really not this person. So I'm reading that. I haven't read it lately, but I feel like I need to, though. Which, by the way, the good thing about not going to, the one silver lining about me not going to Virginia is I don't have to choose what books I want to bring. And I'm also currently reading the second book in the Dragon Rider Chronicles, which is kind of like Harry Potter meets the Inheritance Cycle, with a little mixture of, like, you know, Lord of the Rings kind of thing, a little mixture of an aspect Lord of the Rings with. So the series, I won't tell you what the second. I can't really tell you what happens in the second. Well, I haven't. I mean, it's not like I finished it anyway. I mean, I'm only on chapter 6. So, but the summary is this: it's this boy Javid. He is half human, half dragon, half elf. But neither side accepts him because he's not fully human and he's not fully elf. And his mom, although at first I thought that his mom abandoned him, but actually they implied that she died, unless he's just saying that she died, or like he thinks that. But I don't know. Well, anyway, he is living with when his mom died, he was sent to live with his biological father, who's the human, Ulrich. And, his father's wife and their kids do not like Javid. They can't stand him. They think he's a nuisance. He's not part of the family. He's just there. And he is bullied and abused a lot and mocked and stuff. With the exception of his best friend Caddy, whose father is a blacksmith and she wants to be a blacksmith as well. But, you know, as much as welcoming as her family is to Javid, that even they are like, they're not entirely comfortable with him. Anyway, Javid's biological father makes saddles for dragon riders, which are like the soldiers and the warriors of this world. And he's making this one of his customers comes, Silas Derrick, who was a very well-known and very famous dragon rider, comes to collect, and he sees Javid, and sees that Javid has a lot of potential to become a really good a powerful dragon rider. So he decides to take Javid on as his apprentice, as a student at Library Academy, which is where the dragon riders train. And he goes through all the motions of school, like studying and training and all that good stuff. But then, of course, you can't have a series like this. You can't just do a series that's all about, going to school and training and stuff. You have to have a big conflict. So, Javid and his roommate, what is his name? They mention his name in the book. Felix discover that there's a plot to kidnap and kill Silas Derrick. And of course, Javid, being someone who cares about his mentor and everything, decides to get involved and find out. And he feels like the need to tell someone, which of course he wants to protect his mentor. But no one believes him at first. They don't believe that anything is wrong. But then Silas' daughter, who is a year or two younger than, I think, because at first I thought he was only like 14 or 15, but he's actually 6. I just realized he's 16 in this book. But the way it's written makes me think it's about a younger person, like one who's like 13, 14, or 15. But no, he's apparently 16 in this book. That's my only problem. That's why I have such a love-hate relationship with YA, because sometimes the writing style of, not YA, middle grade level books, because sometimes the writing style annoys me, because it's the one problem with the series. And like I said, I don't know if it's just the writing style, like, or if that's how all middle grade books are. I haven't read enough, and I don't remember the other ones I've read, but it feels very like there's a lot of there's more tell than show. And maybe the other reason why it's like that is because it's one of those first person books. So maybe that's why there's more tell than show, but you're supposed to show, not tell us what's going on or what we're seeing. You're supposed to show it, which I admit is a very hard thing to do. And like I said, maybe it's because this is from first person, or that it's a middle grade level, that it's more telly than showy. But anyway, so he and Felix decide to go get involved in rescue Sile and protect and rescue Sile Derek, with the help of Derek's daughter. So I like it. I like the plot. It's very entertaining. Like I said, it's Inheritance Cycle meets Harry Potter. So it's really good and very entertaining, and it's a good story. It's just I have a hard time getting into the writing style sometimes, but it is a quick read. I feel like I'm trying to squeeze this in as well, because I know I'm not going to get Queen of Shadows done, and I'm probably not going to get In Trouble done, especially if I don't start reading it again soon. But I'm almost done with that story, Secret Identity. I'm almost done with that one. So that's what I'm currently reading right now, and that's the book I finished. Blue Lily Blue. That's a tongue twister title. So what are you guys reading right now? What did you read this month? What books were your favorites this month? I don't know what book has been my favorite so far. I guess maybe Blue Lily Blue. But out of the books I talked about in my previous wrap up, let me look at I guess maybe Scarlet was my favorite. Although I already read that, so that's a little cheating. Let's see. What's the next page? I guess no. I really liked Rebel Spring. So that out of the new books, because a lot of the books I read this month were books I already read. Well, although Heartless, I really liked Heartless. Heartless was awesome. And I really liked, besides Blue Lily Blue, I guess Heartless and Rebel Spring were my favorites this month, out of the books that I talked about in my wrap up. Okay, so hopefully I will get at least Avion done by the end of the month. So I probably won't read a lot more. I'll probably read a little bit more. The chapters are really long, actually. They're not that short. I mean, some of the chapters are kind of short, but a lot of them are really long. But it's still kind of a quick read. So hopefully I will get it done by the end of the month. So I will talk to you guys. Thank you for listening. If you like this video, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up. And I will talk to you guys later. Oh, and okay. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. So I will talk to you guys later. All right, bye.